Hello, everybody, and welcome to Earn with Nicole, where I share with you the tips, tricks, and tools to marketing a business online. Don't have a business to market? I can help you with that too. So let's jump in and get started. Don't forget to like this video if you find some value and subscribe to my channel to hear some updates. So today we're going to start talking about Pinterest. So Pinterest, I have jumped into about 2 months ago, and I have just found I really want to use it to market my business and see if it is a viable option to market my business. So let me just share my screen. I create a little presentation for you. So let me just share my screen and we'll get started. Okay, so like I said, I started my account about 2 months ago, just to see if I can build and how I can build. And of course, there's a lot of research and such along the way. So I just want to share with you what I've learned and where we're coming from with my account. So Pinterest is not really not really social media. It is a search engine. So I'm going to mention keywords a lot and things like that. People are coming to Pinterest with a purpose. So why Pinterest? Users can come, discover, save, and share their ideas through images and videos. Part of the reason I like it is the fact that it is images. It doesn't necessarily have to be face-to-face videos and such like that. I love talking to you guys, but I'm not so big on popping on TikTok and doing that kind of thing. So just the general timeline, first thing you're going to do is create an account. And you're going to discover some content, and this is all kind of imperative and one-on-one, one within the other. This is where you're going to do your keyword research and stuff like that. As for creating an account, I think all you guys know how to do that. If you don't, drop a comment. I'll be happy to do a video just on that. And then you want to discover content. You want to get familiar with the platform. And then you'll go through setting up your account a little bit more once you're familiar with that. You want to save some pins. You're going to create and organize your boards, create some pins, and then ultimately you will need to engage on the platform. So yes, it is still social media. They want users as much as they want creators. So don't forget to use the platform as well as create on it. A couple of interesting statistics. 87% of Pinterest users are purchasing something that they have seen or pinned. People are coming to Pinterest to purchase. So if you're selling something, guys, this is an amazing platform to be on and be a part of. There are 482 million active users on the platform. This is as of August 2023. So it makes it a great platform for businesses to reach a diverse audience. And statistically, users that come to Pinterest are spending double the amount of money that they spend on other platforms. So let's get a piece of that, shall we? So again, creating a Pinterest account, you just simply visit the website, download the app, and sign up with your email address. You do want to create a business account. This is where your analytics will be available and your insights. Those aren't available for a personal Pinterest account. So make sure it's set up as a business. Make sure you're choosing high quality images, clear descriptions, etc. We'll go over that a little bit more. And again, make sure you follow and engage with other users. It is still a social media platform as much as it is a search engine. Some of the advantages of Pinterest, it is very SEO driven. For those of you that aren't familiar with SEO, that means search engine optimization. So it means users are coming to Pinterest and they are searching for their topics. Sometimes they're browsing, but more often than not, they are searching for what they're looking for. It's also fantastic that pins remain relevant and active for a long period of time. In my research, I have heard tons of people mention that they have pins that have had active for 5 years, and every, say, August, for some reason, they experience a push of impressions and more engagement and then more clicks. It's great for faceless content. So if you're not a fan of recording your videos, it's great for that. Some of the disadvantages, it can take time for a pin to react. So you want to give your pins a week or two to really see the analytics and see how they're performing. It also takes quite a bit of time to experience the growth of your account. An account isn't considered established until it's 8 months old. And spam can also be triggered relatively easily, but for the most part, just watch your images. Don't repin and repin and repin. Keep your images unique. They want unique and original content. So the numbers. This is where, okay, when I first jumped in, I was like, okay, great. My first, I would say within the first week or two, one of my pins hit 24,000 impressions. And I thought, wow, this is fantastic, right? Like, oh, it was so exciting. And yes, while it is exciting, it doesn't necessarily mean that's a good pin. So impressions, guys, is simply the number of times that a pin shows up on a board. So if you're familiar with Pinterest, you will see a board and there will be all sorts of pins on this board. And all that means is that pin showed up on that board. Has no bearing on if a user even looked at it. They may not have even saw it. Pin clicks, however, this is where things start to get a little more interesting. So this is how many times someone has clicked on your pin. So within all those pins on that board, your pin caught their attention. So they clicked on it to learn more, kind of like stop the scroll, right? So this is where they're going to see the title and description and all the information that they're looking for further. This is also where they can comment, engage, like, etc. Saves is how many times your pin has been saved to somebody else's board. So now you can save pins to your board, or somebody else can save pins to their board. So this will increase Pinterest analytics. It will make your pin just look better in general. And then lastly, this is the statistic that I need to focus on more for my account. So with that 24,000 impressions pin that I had, I believe I had 2 outbound clicks, and that is not what you want to see. So outbound clicks means that they have actually, so they clicked on your pin and then they clicked on the link that was within your pin. So whether that be going to your website or your blog or your actual product. So those are the numbers that you really want to concentrate on. So what this overall tells me is my impressions are great. So that tells me my SEO is doing well. So my keywords are doing well. I have done well with setting that up. My pin clicks and outbound clicks, however, are not. So that tells me that my pin is not, none of my pins are catching anybody's attention. So I need to learn how to do that. And I do have some ideas on that because I have been creating some very generic pins, and with all of my research, I've done a lot of learning. So I'm excited to update all of my pins and get that raised up. So tune in next month and I'll give you an update to see how everything's doing. So those are the things I have learned so far with that and the analytics, and that's how my account is doing in reference to that. So again, keywords, and I'm going to say this again and again and again. Pinterest is primarily a search engine. So research is imperative to set up your keywords. Now there's tons of tools that you can use to do this. And you guys know that I'm a huge fan of ChatGPT. However, I wouldn't necessarily use ChatGPT to just verify your keywords. You can use it to set up and get some ideas for it by all means. But ultimately, the data in ChatGPT is a little bit outdated. So if you're using ChatGPT 4, which is the current one, that goes as at the time of this video, that is up to April. So the time of this video is November. So it is a little bit outdated. So the best tool that I have found to find your keywords is within Pinterest itself. Just start typing in your keywords or the keywords you think you would like to use into the search bar, and suggestions are going to come up underneath. Those suggestions are going to be what people are already searching for. So the higher the suggestion is in that list, the more somebody is searching for it. So just keep trying different keywords, different combinations of keywords, and that will give you an indication of whether your keywords are relevant or not. Make note of them because you are going to use them for absolutely everything, again, from your bio to your username to your boards. And then finally to your pins, of course. Setting up your board. So I have seen varying research on this. Most people that I have seen or heard from have recommended 10 to 15 boards. Now, from what I am gathering, I think it is more imperative that you are able to pin regularly to all of your boards. Now, I don't mean every day, but I do mean if you have, say, let's say you have 14 boards, you want to pin to each of those boards within a 2-week period. So say week week 1, you're going to post to boards 1 to 7. Week 2, you're going to post to boards 8 to 14. So it just means you're keeping all of your boards in rotation. Now, if you have something that is very, very much niche down, so it's very specific, you probably don't need that many boards. They do recommend an absolute minimum of 5, but I'm thinking 5 to 6 for my own work at home niche. Now, this is something I need to update as well. So previously, I have been pinning to just one specific board. So I'm going to start to build more boards and start to rotate through those. A cover for your boards is optional for aesthetics. Makes it look pretty, and that's great, but it's not going to change any SEO. So don't worry about keywords or anything like that. It's just going to give it a little pretty picture. Again, the setup and how to do that is available in many different videos. If you want a specific video on that, just let me know in the comments. I will do it for you. And as I mentioned, you want to rotate the boards that you are using. So if you have, let's say I aim for 7 boards. I want to post to every board at least once a week. And you want to create a title and description for your boards. So this, again, keywords, keywords, keywords. You want to make sure you have as many keywords as possible in your title and as many keywords as possible in your description. Now, you're going to hear varying thoughts on this as well. Some people believe that you can just stuff keywords into the title and the description and they don't have to make sense. From what I've heard and seen, it is more common and more recommended to create cohesive titles and descriptions using as many as possible, but as long as it reads in a cohesive manner. Now, every account is going to be different. None of this is one size fits all. So it's mostly a matter of trying and seeing what works for you, your audience, and your niche. Creating your pins. The standard size is 1,000 by 1,500 pixels. You want to make sure you include your SEO keyword rich title and rich descriptions, including some hashtags. So probably 2 to 5 hashtags. Now, the hashtag isn't as important as the description itself. So make sure you have some keywords in your description. If you can fit more keywords into your description, do that instead of the hashtags. But if you do have room within your character count to add 2 to 5 hashtags, that's ideal as well. The URL that you're going to link to. So this is your website, your blog post, your product. Extra bonus if it also contains some of your keywords. And then you're going to post and leave it on the most relevant board to your pin. So this is where optimizing keywords and having your keyword and your pin strategy needs to be relevant. So you're going to mess up the algorithm if you put a pin, say working from home, on a board dedicated to travel. You want to make sure that's coherent, or the algorithm's just going to go, oh, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. And that's going to decline your pin quality. And then any tags, if they're available, don't worry too much about the tags. It's not a make or break for SEO, but if there are some available for that fit your title and description, then by all means add them there. So again, just a few little reminders. Use a unique style for every pin. Don't copy and paste your pins. Use an image that's related to your content. Again, if you're posting, if your pin is about, say, this dog carrier that you want for your pets, don't use an image for flowers. It's going to confuse the algorithm. You want to make sure your text is easy to read and make sure it stands out. One common thing I have found is do not use the word click. That will trigger you as spam and could get your account shut down. But you do want to use, there are certain trigger words, and you can Google them, that will encourage a click. So it's kind of like a hook that you may have heard of for TikTok or Instagram or something like that. That's kind of like your hook is your trigger word. And then lastly, make sure you include your website on the pin, just somewhere. It can be on the bottom, just somewhere nice and tucked out. So again, it helps people know where to find you, but it also identifies your pin. So if somebody starts reposting your pin and it becomes an issue, you can say, hey, wait, no, that's my pin. You've identified it with your website on there. Some pinning strategies. Now, again, this will vary from account to account, niche to niche. So you've got to learn your audience, trial and error, and watch your analytics. But from what I have seen and heard is pin 1 to 3 times a day and rotate your boards. So again, with my account, I need to change this up because I have been posting 5 times a day to one single board. So it has been highly recommended to me that I scale that back and add some boards. So I'm going to add 5 to 6 boards to my account, and I'm going to scale back to probably 3 times a day and see how that goes over the next month. Do not repin. Again, that can come off as spammy. There's some rules of thumb where people do say you can repin. However, anybody that I've talked to that has seen accounts be shut down, they all have repinning in common. So take that as you will. Pinterest themselves recommends not repinning. So I kind of tend to want to go with that advice. Use fresh content with every pin. Again, it just makes sense. It's a user platform. It wants to be fresh and new. Again, make sure you change the image, keep it fresh, keep an eye on those statistics. This is where you can, if you see your impressions are starting to decrease, maybe you want to up your pins for a week and see if that increases things. Maybe you want to post to different boards. Maybe you want to check out the statistics on a specific board. Maybe a specific board isn't performing. So you want to check on that regularly. Keep an eye on those. And keep in mind, though, that a pin does take a week or two to actually develop. So you don't want to look right away. You want to look after a week or two to see how it's doing. And just check on those keywords occasionally. Once a month or so, just kind of pop in and see if they're still relevant and still being searched for. So what is Pinterest looking for quality for their algorithms? They're looking for relevance. So this is, again, the importance of keywords. How relevant is your image to your pin? How relevant is the title, the description, the keywords, the board? How relevant, how cohesive does all of that tie together? The quality of the pin. This is where engagement comes in. So the more engaged users are with your pin, the higher Pinterest is going to regard it. The comments, the likes, the shares, all of that will contribute to the pin quality. Your domain quality. Make sure you verify your domain. If you need a video on how to do that, drop a comment. I can show you how to do that. But it also refers to how often users will view your domain, and make sure your domain is secure. So for example, if your domain says HTTP versus HTTPS, you want to have that S in your domain. And then the pinner quality. So this is where Pinterest is judging you, the creators. So this is where your consistency really factors in. And again, the quality of the pins that you're creating. The more repinning you do, the more saving you do from other boards, kind of takes down your pinner quality. They want fresh content. And the more of that you produce on a consistent basis, the higher they regard you. So normal reach, guys, this is where Pinterest can be kind of frustrating. Your account is not considered established until after 8 months of consistent activity. All of these numbers below are based on active accounts. So remember to post or to pin consistently. You also want to remember that a pin is not likely to take off. So it's going to take a week or two to get the impressions that you're looking for. So an account that's under 4 months, you can expect single to double digit reach. An account that's 4 to 8 months, you should expect double to triple digit reach. An account that's older than 8 months, you should expect consistent triple digit reach. Now, this is where I kind of got excited, and I think my account is doing well because my account, again, is roughly about 2 months old, and I've been consistently getting triple digit reach already. So again, that's great for the SEO part of things, but I need to work on the important numbers, which are the outbound clicks. So that's all I have for you right now. I'm going to make those changes to my own account. So I'm going to decrease the amount of times I pin to 3 times a day. I'm going to increase my boards to 5 or 6. I haven't quite decided yet. Got to make use of those keywords and do my keyword research on that. And I'm going to work on the effectiveness of my pins using trigger words and just better quality pins. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and tune in to next month when I give you the update on my account. Talk to you soon.